Welcome back to the David Pakman Show.
I want to say hello to two new David Pakman Show members, Gary Walborn and Craig Simon. Lewis, what would you say to Gary and Craig about this new membership that they've now procured?
I would say, welcome to the family, gentlemen.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. Keep it short and sweet.
I was hoping for more from Lewis. Ron Paul doesn't accept the theory of evolution. We have a building case, Lewis, about Ron Paul. And every time we talk about Ron Paul, the Ron Paul fanatics go crazy and they say we don't know what we're talking about. And every single instance of anything that we can quote about Ron Paul is either being misunderstood or misrepresented, or it was misstated, or we just don't understand it, or we're too dumb and we just shouldn't even be talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, there's more and more information coming out about Ron Paul that is concerning. And one of these things to me, given that we heard from him so clearly that he is not one of these kind of religious right, anti-science type guys, on the last show, we had this ad where people are saying he believes life begins at conception and he's a Christian doctor and all of this stuff, pretty direct. Now there is video of him saying the theory of evolution is a theory that he doesn't accept. What do you think of that, Lewis?
Well, either you accept it or you don't. I mean, he does not accept it.
Here is the video of Ron Paul saying that's not a theory he accepts. Now, how can you really be a doctor and just say, I just don't accept the theory of evolution?
Well, what I would say is, for a further analogy, I mean, this means that he was in med school in the bio class, and they were talking about evolution, and he thought to himself, assuming he didn't change his position, and he was like, well, I'm not going to believe this part of the curriculum.
Right.
But what about if he also didn't believe another part of the curriculum?
Sure.
Like, for example, the part that said that you give certain drugs to people when they have certain diseases. He doesn't believe that part.
That's a theory, and the theories about what drugs you give people when they are having a baby, for example, is a theory he may choose not to accept. He may choose to use leeches instead of epidurals, for example, because the theory he was presented in medical school is not one he will accept. Extreme example, but how do you just pick and choose what you accept and what you don't?
Well, like if he becomes president, we can choose not to accept his acceptance speech, right?
Maybe we would. His acceptance speech is just a theory.
And so it's
okay, here's the video of Ron Paul saying that's not a theory he accepts.
I didn't see which way you voted, so I wonder if you think it to be true, it should be taught in my school.
Well, at first I thought it was a very inappropriate question, for the presidency to be decided on a scientific matter. And I think it's a theory of evolution, and I don't accept it, as a theory. But I think the creator that I know, created us, every one of us, and created the universe, and the precise time and manner and all.
Right. So there it is. It's a theory that he doesn't accept.
Time. At what time was that?
So really, the question here is, all the talk about progressives should support Ron Paul. Why would progressives support a guy who
does not accept the theory of evolution?
I don't know why they would. And again, what else didn't he accept from med school? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, I'm going to go out on a limb and say we probably shouldn't keep talking about Ron Paul, because the Ron Paul people, if you don't talk about him, they get angry. If you talk about him, they get angry anyway.
You're saying the wrong things. You should be talking
things.
about Ron Paul and saying everybody should vote for him, progressive, conservative, moderate alike. That's the only thing.
Basically, if we're not kissing his butt, we don't know anything.
Right. Yeah, but this guy, how old is this guy? Like 74?
Yeah.
This guy is not going to be the candidate. He's not going to be the nominee. He's not going to be president. He's going to be totally irrelevant. Why do we keep talking about him?
Well, because there's this kind of idea that he's some kind of savior, that he's different from everybody, and his beliefs are so different than any other Republican. Also, people saying, hey, you know what? In his book, Paul explains that he accepts evolution. It's in black and white. It's in his book, Liberty Defined. Wait, so you're saying we can't believe what Ron Paul says on video? We have to assume that that's not true, and we have to look at books to know what Ron Paul thinks? Or what are you saying when you say that, hey, forget about the video where he just said he rejects that theory? Okay. All right.
No, I think I'll stick with the video.
Lewis prefers video.
Right.
If you can't run your newsletter, can you run the country? That's really what's at the fundamental core here, Lewis, I think.
Yeah, could be. And if you believe that he's just saying things on video to appeal to people just being a politician.
Well, that's bad enough. That means he's like the other politicians.
Why do you support him?
Exactly.